So right now, as you guys know, I'm between season 1 and season 2 of my podcast, Real Community Talks. And as a content creator, I can't lie to say that I don't have some onset anxiety because I'm not releasing content between December and spring when I plan to launch the second season. And the thing about me is my whole May to December, what I did was that podcast. So I was in a routine of preparing, contacting guests, putting out content, having mini content for social media. And there's that anxiety with me noticing now that on social media my followers are dropping, that my engagement is of course going down, that my downloads aren't where they're supposed to be, and where naturally each week the averages are different now. So there's that anxiety because even though I'm going to be putting out some repurposed content and some other content during that interim period, it's not where obviously I want it to be. And as a creator, it's not easy because you know that sometimes those metrics is what continues to grow and keep your show thriving. But I have to remind myself that, just like a Netflix show, and I'm not saying my podcast is Netflix caliber, but just like a Netflix show, like let's say Stranger Things, season 1 was amazing, right? And you'd hope that in the second season, they regroup, they take a break, but the creators and the actors come back for a better next season, a season 2. So that's what I'm hoping with my show is that I regroup, I look at what worked, what didn't work, and hopefully bring out something new, bring back the old for the familiar, but hopefully the goal is to grow and to learn from my mistakes. So I want to encourage you, if you're taking a break from doing something, remind yourself that sometimes it's not good to create out of a physical, emotional, spiritual, a mental deficit. Like you need to take a break, you need rest. Sometimes it's in those moments of rest where inspiration happens. But just because inspiration happens in that moment of rest doesn't mean you always have to go run and gun and create. It's hard because, like I said, I've been putting content out consistently. So I feel like, with the algorithms, you have to be, creating always. But I've been trying to really sit down, and when an idea comes to my head, write it down and plan. And that's where I feel like you grow as a creator. I'm not saying that everything has to be strategically planned, but when you're always creating out of like a vlogger, when you're always creating out of the immediate, out of what happens that day, you start doctoring your content that it would be for those moments, inspired moments. Sometimes it takes an idea that snowballs into a bigger idea, which becomes a project. So that's what I'm hopefully trying to do, is to take these ideas and be more intentional with what I put out. So don't be discouraged. Take some time to think about it. Take some time to regroup. Take some time to rest, and then execute and create that content. Peace.